have Vogue in front of me now. Vogue Williams. Welcome, Vogue. Good to see you at the top of the
for
tower. You came in and said like it was my own apartment. You're like, oh, it's lovely here.
Love what you've done with the place. It is amazing. I love it here.
Yeah, and the view.
London Bridge. Oh, is that the Tower of London?
We're above London Bridge. That's Tower Bridge.
So I got both of them right.
There you go.
Geography is not my strong point.
How many years have you been living in London? This isn't a slag. I'm actually asking.
You can slag me if you want. I've been living here 11 years and I did a TV show recently and they were like, where's London was one of the ones. And I was like, I just plonked something down the map. And Spencer was like, how did you think that was London? I was like, I've never considered where I am.
How are you today?
I'm great.
You did that real Irish thing when you came in and go, oh my God, my dress is too short. I was like, why are you telling me this? And not that why you're telling me this, but why would you be so self-conscious?
Because I was going in for a hug and I know after I'd left the house and I was like, there's a couple of people looking at me here. And I knew then that I had made a mistake and that it was
looking at you.
Just people. And then Spencer, my husband, I bumped into him. He was like, yeah, a little bit on the short side. So I kind of had my jacket around my waist for the rest of the day.
The last time I met you, it was actually in the same building here. You got the scooter and the tube in. Did you do both again today or just one?
I do have my scooty, but someone sent me a car, so I was like, I'll take that.
Take that. So the scooter's here.
Scooty's here. Scooty's here always. I'm on the white one today. I have a white one and a black one. It depends what I'm wearing, you know?
No. Is it quite? No. It depends on your mood.
One is Spencer's and one is mine. I actually can't open the black one at the moment, so I'm on the white.
So you got sent a car, you put the scooter in the car.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give Greta Thunberg a call. Let's see what she has to say about that, and we'll come back to that.
Hopping on the PJ later to go back to Ireland.
For those of you who don't know, I just had to get the PJ's private jet, right?
A private jet.
Yeah.
I'm going to helicopter back to Battersea.
There you go. The environment is not my friend.
I wouldn't. Excuse me. I'm always on that scooty and I'll be on the tube home.
I appreciate that. Anyway, good to see you, Vogue, as always. And thought I'd ask you a few things about today is that you've got lots of loves in your life, things that you love, and people that you love.
Yeah.
And like for example, we associate you with my Therapist Goes to Me podcast with Joanne.
Yeah.
Okay. How is she?
Joanne's great.
Joanne.
She's very good.
And where is she? Where in the world is she?
She's actually in Ireland at the moment.
Okay.
I'm always jealous when she's there. We miss each other, so she'll be back next week.
And are there more tours with that?
We're actually going to America in October. So we're doing Boston, we're doing New York in America, and then we're maybe doing another place, but we haven't announced that yet.
Okay, hold your horses. But that's amazing. So that's how big that's how global that's got. Other loves in your life, you mentioned Spenny, your husband Spencer. Yeah. You also do podcasts with him.
Spencer and Vogue, yeah.
Spencer and Vogue.
I wish I could change the name now, thinking of it.
Like Lennon McCartney, flip it.
Oh, it's just so not great, is it? Just Spencer and Vogue, and neither of us like our names, so it's just like two names that we don't like as the title.
Strange that you don't like your name, given how young people would describe it as being iconic. So.
Not iconic. It's a bit tacky.
Oh,
it is a bit tacky. You have to admit that yourself.
Okay, I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you. No, I'm going to. I thought it was gutsy of your mum to call you Vogue.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Right.
But then she called my brother Frederick, so it was like, oh.
Yeah.
You don't know where you're going to go with this next child.
Fantasy Island, you're allowed to have your own name as named by you. What would you call yourself?
Gigi, my daughter's name. I love the name. That's why I was like, I would love to have that name, Gigi, and that's why she got it.
You were never going to go for Anne or Jane or Mary.
Well, those names are making a comeback.
Maybe
I'll go with Marjorie, like my nanny.
Marjorie. Yeah. Please welcome Marjorie Williams to the top of the tower. That's all right. So Spencer's doing good. Of course, I see him on Instagram. My goodness, is he reverting in age?
Absolutely.
I'm seeing a lot of Spencer.
There's a lot
of Spencer.
There was actually a post he posted the other day. I was like, Spenny, if you're gonna wear tight leggings, please can you wear shorts over the leggings for everybody else on Instagram. He's loving getting the bod out at the moment because he's doing his charity run, 30 marathons in 30 days in the desert in August. So he's training, and I've never seen somebody. He's going to drown in his own reflection.
He's waterboarding himself on his own sweat.
He's just always admiring himself. He cannot. If he sees a mirror, he has to stop.
Do you correct him?
Do I correct him?
Yeah, do you say, no, stop looking at yourself. I'm
no,
talking to you.
I love it. I think it's so nice to be like that.
Yeah.
Like to just be that, like, mad about yourself. It's quite a nice thing because it's so unusual.
Well, we don't know what that looks like in Ireland. Like, we don't. What are you looking at yourself for?
Yeah, what do you think you are? Yeah,
you're in disgrace with your notions.
You're mad for yourself.
Come
okay,
here.
Mom.
Yeah. If you're an ice cream, you'd lick yourself.
Yeah.
You know all those sort of expressions we've heard. Vogue is here to talk about many things, but her new podcast is called The Apple and the Tree. Okay, give it the elevator pitch for this show is what?
Okay, the elevator pitch is that it's a conversation between an adult parent and their adult child.
Really clever.
Yeah. So they're really open and honest conversations with things that they've wanted to talk to their parents about for a long time. Like there's one guy who came out to his dad and he wanted to discuss how it was for him coming out, and he's part of the Asian community, so how he felt like he wouldn't be accepted. There's a family who went through real heartbreak. Their father committed suicide, and although some of them are incredibly sad, it's so lovely to listen to real honest people talk about something that's so important to them, and it's so brave of them as well, because I wouldn't be able to do that with my family. Like there's definitely things that everyone feels like that they should talk about with their family, but sometimes, I don't know if it's an Irish thing or what it is, you feel like you can't.
Yeah.
But
and what's your role in the podcast? Because it's intriguing, social dilemmas. So where are you in the middle of the parent and the grown adult?
So basically, they have their conversation. I always think with a podcast, and you know yourself, you have to just have a really free-flowing conversation. So they're just left to have their conversation. We don't need to prompt them or anything like that. I chat to them at the start and at the end. And basically eavesdrop on their conversation, like what we're all doing. But it's just like, I've cried in some episodes, I've laughed in lots of episodes, and I just think it's a real nice medium for them to sit and chat. And we were actually looking for, if anyone's listening and would like to do this, we're looking for guests for series 2, and we're even looking for guests in Ireland. If you have something that you want to discuss with your parents and jump on a podcast, and it's new podcast day today, so there's a new episode out today, and they're all such different stories, and I'm so interested in people, and I'm interested in what they want to say, and just the relationship between a parent and a child is such an amazing one, and it's just like I've learned so much from listening to them. And it's just, I find them inspirational that they can sit down and do that, because I don't know if I could.
I wonder, could you? Because you had such a lovely relationship with your late father. Yeah. And your stepfather. Yeah. And your mum, your mother, and your aunties, all of whom, well, I've met so many of these people I've just mentioned.
You've had them on the tear.
And your sister, well, we've been out. Your sister, God, if we had GoPros on that night, I can tell. And your sister, Amber, of course, she's an adult, well, in name. But talking about the adults in your family, that is to say your mum and aunties, people like that, do you think you could talk straight to them about the big things?
Do you know what?
Or
honestly,
would you be a bit?
I suppose in a way I'd love to, and then maybe I wouldn't love the upheaval of things, which these people that did the pod so kindly, they were okay with it. But I think that there's some things in some families that you just don't speak about. Like, and we're all best friends in my family. We get on really, really well. Like, we've always been super close. Like, I drag them around with me everywhere.
It is like entourage when you come into a show normally. It's great. A little minibus pulls out, the Vogue Express. And
I've been picked up to go to your show before, and the driver's like, "You don't remember the last time?" And I'm like, "I certainly do not remember leaving there at 2 a.m.
Oh, such good times. Anyway, but you do travel as a troupe, but that's a good sign. I mean, what I'm saying is it is a good sign. And in your podcast, you're hearing people being very honest about very intimate things by all accounts,
and just like amazing things. There's a man who has motor neurons disease, and he was diagnosed at 30, and he's 33 now, and he's in a wheelchair. And just listening to his relationship with his mom and how she helps him, and like they kind of wanted this to have forever, and like it was just a nice thing for them to sit and do. And it's just, there's so many different, when you hear about what other people go through and you hear how strong they are, it's really uplifting, and it's amazing that people can get through tough times like they do. And I loved listening to them, and I think that we were really lucky with the guests, and they were really amazing. And I'm really excited for series 2.
And there's very giving of them to tell their story, interracial
you
adoption.
You can come on next time now. Bring your
talk
mom
to
on.
my mother. She'd be just sitting there going, "Now, are you all right? I'm grand. Are you all right? I'm grand. Are you all right?" That'll just be the whole episode. Are you all right? I'm grand. So, but thank you for thank you for that. She's my greatest supporter. But you talk about single parenthood, LGBTQ plus acceptance, life altering diagnosis, as you mentioned, abandonment. So it's big ticket issues. People can, as you say, eavesdrop. The best podcast, and so often ways the best radio is where you're in the car or you're on the bus or whatever, and you feel like, I don't know if I should be listening to this, but I'm really enjoying this conversation.
That's exactly what it feels like. And for me, I always have a podcast in my ears. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I just love the company of listening to people. And like anytime I get the tube, whenever I'm scooting around, I always have a podcast in my ears.
Do you like to listen to fun stuff or serious stuff? News?
So
self-help?
so many different, not we know about self-help because I love listening to your podcast, can I just say, because I'm so obsessed with books.
Yes.
And I feel like it.
You were a guest on that. I mean, we're going to eat each other up here.
Well,
but
that was my favourite episode, actually.
Yeah, and mine too. But it was no, I loved it because you talked on that about how you feel about old people and how they kind of terrify you, and yet you respect them, and death. You'd
have to listen to. I'm not scared of old people.
You are. They
say
frighten
only
you.
nice things.
She scoots across the road when she sees somebody with grey hair approaching them.
I'm frightened for them. I don't know. I'm digging a hole here. No, you'd have to listen to the episode to understand.
To put it into context. All right, you're always on the go. The Apple and the Tree is the new podcast, another one dropping today, and a new series come on. Where can people get in touch with you if they want to get involved? Georgie will tell us there if they want to get involved in this series. Wherever you get your podcasts, it'll be there. It'll be a little contact us here.
I think it's Vogue@mailonline.com.
Okay, that'll do for now.
I have my own email address at the Daily Mail.
Because I saw you had your card in your hand there. It said V, and I went, "You got your own card? It means it's V for visitor because it's your security pass."
No, that's mine, Ryan. I'm part of the Virgin family now.
Frame it. Yes, you are. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Good. You'd like it here.
I do like it here. I could totally work here.
How would you feel about it?
Good word.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll have a quick word with somebody. Give me a sec. Vogue Williams, you know how much I love you. I think you're great. We'll do photograph now, but from the waist up. Okay, Vogue Williams joining us at the top of the. Have a great weekend.